Alright, so it doesn't really seem like Jesse Marsch has that dog in him. Leeds are currently sitting 14th, but they're only 2 points above the zone. So today we're gonna take over for a season and get him some better results. I got the team set up right now as Harrison, Rodrigo, Sinistera, Aronson, Adams, Rocca, Firpo, Stroud, Koch, Christensen, and Melier in goal. Number one priority gotta be the left back. They've been playing Stroud there in real life, even though he's a center back, because Firpo is so garbage. Talking about center backs, we're also gonna get a new one because Leeds concede like 5 goals per game right now. And for the third signing, I'm actually gonna bring Rodrigo back to cam, and I'm gonna get a new striker because Patrick Bamford forgot how to score goals. Real quick, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let's get into it. Our first signing is gonna be the big striker, Moussa Dembele, 26 years old, 79 overall from Lyon. He's worth 23.5, but his contract's up at the end of the season, so you know I'm about to fleece this. I'm about to go heinous undercut, 20 mil flat. See, what did I tell you? They found with a 23.1 counter. I'm gonna come back with a 21.5 and they accept it. And my man also wants a hell of a wage decrease. I mess with it, man. I'll take away the bonuses, up the wage to 50k. He wants 52k, 450k on the signing bonus. You know what? That's fine with me. Next up for the left back, we're gonna stay local. James Justin, 24 years old, 76 overall from Leicester. My man tore his ACL like 3 times. Now he's kind of out of the fold, so we're gonna give him a change of scenery. You know, I'm gonna start it off with 9 mil. They want 13.5 back. Not that bad of an offer. I'm gonna respond with a 12 mil flat, and they accept it. And he also wants a crazy wage decrease, 20k down. I'll keep the sign-up bonus there, got rid of the clean sheet bonus, and up the wage to 35k. And he accepts that as well. And finally for the center back, we're gonna go Joseph Aidu, 26 years old, 78 overall from Celta. For 16.5, I'm gonna go 16 mil flat, undercut by half a mil. They want a little bit of money though, come back with 23 mil. I'm not sure if I could do that for y'all, man. I'm gonna go 20 mil, somewhat in the middle. And they come down to 20.7. That's okay with me, man. Unfortunately though, I don't think my man is gonna be willing to cut his wage. He's not on too much right now. I think he's gonna want a payday. He's in his prime, you know, 26. I'm gonna go 45k. And he accepts it. And now we got our new signings and the team is looking a lot better. I say go for the season is to just finish mid-table, you know, nothing crazy. Just avoid a relegation battle.
But it wasn't an easy start as we had both Manchester clubs in August. First game of the season against Forest went well though, as Jack Harrison curled one in early on and Dembele got a debut goal to get us a nice 2-0 win. Some real aids that we had City second, and it didn't help that I folded a penalty in the 6th minute. We defended valiantly after that, but we couldn't hold forever, and Bernardo scored in the second half as the Balls fraud squeezed out a 1-0 win. Little sim versus the Animals in the Cup gave us momentum going into the big dog game against United though. I slid Mr. MBE early on just to let him know. But that was probably a bad idea as Penancaed me minutes later, and Kevin Volland got a brace, so yeah, they annihilated us. September next up, and bro, what is this garbage? Like Arsenal and Chelsea twice? Leicester at home was bad too, as Vardy put Strauch in a blender and finished to give them all 3 points. And it wasn't looking good for the boys as Arsenal away began with a Martinelli 8th minute strike. He then slung one in from far to make it 2, and while we tried to fight back with a Sinistera goal, it wasn't enough, and we got our 4th loss in a row. Chelsea then knocked us out of the cup, and we had 0 self-esteem going into the match against them in the league. Yo, we defended for our lives this game, and from the depths of hell, Rocca got away on a counter, and I'm heartbroken. Yo, I just hate it here. After 6 games, we were just above relegation, but a demolition of our brothers in trash, Southampton, finally ended our winless streak. Had another hard game in Spurs next though, and it was looking good after we exchanged goals in the first half, but an 88th minute penalty from Son broke our hearts again. Like, I don't know what kind of sins we committed to be this unlucky. Got a somewhat positive result against Fulham with Rodrigo and Willian goals, but then we had Liverpool next. Like, this is some real bull. But guess what, yo, we actually didn't lose somehow because we gave away 2 penalties and Melier the madman saved both of them. I don't know what god we prayed to that day, but yo, that's the religion we all gotta convert to, bro. Finally a chill run of games in November, the only kinda tough one being West Ham, and it was a dominant win as Sinistera, Rodrigo, and Dembele all scored in a 3-0 victory. And December also looked good for the mental health, starting with a nice away win at Brentford. Brighton followed up, and a brace from Patrick Bamford off the bench got us 2 wins in a row for the first time this season. And at Newcastle we proceeded to make it 3 with the Jack Harrison goal getting us a really good win. Aston Villa and Crystal Palace ended off the month, and unfortunately our winning streak ended at Villa Park, but we did bounce right back against the Eagles, and those results meant that we sat a very solid 10th at the halfway point of the season. It was a New Year's Day treat for the neutrals against Newcastle as 5 goals were scored in a dramatic fixture. 2 lead changes as well, but in the end another heartbreaking late goal, this time by Willock, gave us a 3-2 loss. A cup win against Swansea got our mojo back though leading up to the game against Chelsea, and we used it really well as Rodrigo and Sinistera scored 2 early goals, and while Sterling scored a consolation, it wasn't enough and we got a humongous win. Next came the red side of London, which went well again as 2 late goals this time from Sinistera and Harrison got us another impressive win. We couldn't complete the trifecta though as Højbjerg and Son scored for a 2-0 loss at Spurs, but 6 points from 9 from those 3 games is a really good return. February was a dead month, so I block simmed all 3 games. Then March started with an upset loss to Watford in the Cup, Cup, which was bad timing as our next 2 games were against City and Liverpool. First came the oil-powered unit and it didn't go well as De Bruyne roofed the early penalty, and while Meslier saved the second, we couldn't equalize and we lost by 1. After that were the Reds, and it was actually a decent performance as both teams scored twice in a dramatic game and it ended in a draw. Business ended the season now and we were in 11th place, comfortably mid-table. We had most of our tough games behind us already, so I was confident in our ability to hold it. Fulham at home kinda supported that statement as we got a goal early from a free kick, but Mitro and Andreas linked up to make the game 1-1. Next up we had West Ham, who we destroyed last time, but this time around it was a closer game as it took a Sini brace for us to get the 3 points. Simulated a couple games after, first a bad loss to Everton and then a bounce back win against Forest, and to end off the month we earned a tough one against Brentford, which put us firmly mid-table with only 4 games left in the season. These May games honestly didn't really matter, so I just simulated all of them except for the Derby game against United. Poetic that the season would end like this, man. Like, obviously I had to play out this game. We struck first as Harrison and Cini linked up for a tap-in, but they equalized soon after through a Milinkovic-Savage header. But we held firm and Cini turned provider to Dembele, and we gave our fans a nice thank you gift to end off the season. Ultimately, we actually finished 9th on 55 points, similar to the 2020-2021 season. Sini was our leading scorer with 12-9 on the year, then Dembele did decent as well with 10-3. Bamford had a really good scoring record with 8-10, then Jack Harrison 7-7, Rodrigo 6-2. Here's what the end squad looked like, really nice progression throughout, and that's gonna be about it. Really good season, man. Very satisfied with the performance. I'd say the signings all played well, you know, like Dembele got a solid haul of goals, Justin was reliable, and I do especially. Yo, he is really good in game. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did. Comment ideas for future videos, share the video to people who you think would like it, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.